Anhad is the extreme point. Naad is the way said to you, just the way. Naad by music, whatever mean. By music, by gyan, by anything. You had to reach to the dead state. You had to be the dead body, simple. And that is what called the bhakti. Bhakti is what? Bhakti is nothing. Becoming dead body. That is why it is said at last, whether you go by karma yoga, go by jnana yoga, by any yoga, at last you have to be dead body. You have to be bhakt. Even all those who are in the yogis, that all yogis also became the bhakt of that true master. The Anhad Naad mentioned in the scriptures will be heard at the final stage of nearing the God realization. Does it have any connection with the music? Why music in terms of singing and dancing is an integral part of bhakti, as it is one of the ways, and you have said Bhakt and Bhagwan are interchangeable terms. Is bhakti infinite even after the union with the God? Please clarify. What we say the Anhad Naad. This word is very popular and is completely and directly related to the spiritual world. Anhad Naad, the word is never used by the materialistic people. Talks. Whenever the word used, Anhad Naad, is the word used directly keeps the concentration, attentions towards our spirituality. In the outer world, in the materialistic world, we take it as a religious word. But the meaning of that word is entirely different in the spiritual world. Because meaning what you take of the word is important, because that gives you the direction, that gives you the way. Because if you are given the wrong guidelines, wrong way, wrong meaning, then you will never reach to the point where you want to reach. So the meaning is very important. That's why the Krishna said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that taking the meaning of any of the religious, what you call the world, take the meaning from the one who had experienced that meaning. Don't take the meaning from the one who had just without experience telling you from the books. But how will you come to know the one who is saying you the meaning of that particular word used in the spirituality which the world use as religious? So the religious meaning and the spiritual meanings are entirely different. Religious meanings carries no experiences, spiritual meanings carries experiences. But how to know that is it the experience meaning I am getting from the one, or it is just by the mind from the religious books, copied, stolen, that only 7 lakh people in the world can catch the spiritual personality. 699 lakh, 93 lakh, 699 crore, 93 lakh never thinks of spiritual meaning. They believe in the religious meaning by the religious personalities. That's why 99.9% people in the world, those who say you the meaning of those words which are used in religion, are not experienced. So naturally the representation of 699 crore 93 lakh people, the representations of those people are done by the religious heads. So when the world majority of that much is at the one side, and the one that even the last, you can say, last percentage of even 1%, what is left? 0.1, not 0.1, 0.0001. Those 7,000 accompanied with the 700 are knowing about the meaning of that religious word as the meaning experienced. Meaning experienced. What they says, the meaning is not copied but by experience. That is called the Tattva Gyan. And the one who gives that experienced meaning of any religious words used is called the Tattva Gyani. That is what Krishna said in Gita, that if you are thirsty or hunger of me, you want to reach to me, to God home, the original and the permanent home, you have to search for the Tattva Gyani. Because if you are not thirsty or hungry for me, then you will just go to those people, those who just tell you, as the teacher of your mathematics, science, engineering, medical science is saying, they are saying about Gita, Guru Granth Sahib, Ramayana, Bible, Quran and all. The actual meaning lies in experience, because the meaning to know about, you have to reach to the level of those personalities, those that said those words. The Anhad words is used by those spiritual masters when they were on this earth. This world is not connected with the materialistic, the Mayavi people. So they just tell you, the so-called spiritual, the religious people, the meaning which is not experienced and is understood by them, those who are not interested for the Godom, and that is a big quantum. Almost all, you can say, where 7 lakh stands in front of 699 crore 93 lakh, where that 700 stands, because these 7 lakh people also keep on interchanging from the other world, from the 699, 93, keep on going and coming. It is only that 70,000 people, 70,000, which are hardly going to go back to that. 699.93 lakh. And 7,000 are almost out with that 700. 700 are accomplished, giving whatever from their mouth is the experience, and 7,000 of those either completed or on the edge of completion. So the meanings of the words, because it is just nothing, the copying in the world goes on. And it is already going on for the many yuga. Only the quantum of this 7 lakh keep on changing. Quantum keep on changing. So the more when they are thirsty of the God, they search for the experienced spiritual teachers. Experienced means spiritual teachers, those who experience the godly word. So they search for them. When there are more, the highest number comes, it becomes Satyug. When little less, then it becomes the Treta. More less, Dwapar. And extreme, very less, becomes Kali Yuga. So this is what you have to understand first. Now we'll come to the word, the Anhad Naad. The Anhad Naad, the word itself, when used by the spiritual, the experienced godly teachers, that the Anhad, the had we say in the limits. Anhad, an is opposite. We use the word opposite. Anhad means it is limitless. There is no limit. It is beyond. That is what the word is written in the our old scriptures, Upanishad and all, that it is at last written neti, neti. That cannot be said about the one. Cannot be said about the one. Cannot write about the one. Because it is unlimited. There is no limit to it. It is in the unlimited. There is no limit. Where we reach, it goes further. It goes further. To catch the one is very difficult. So, neti, neti is anhad. Cannot. Now, when you say it is beyond, then who is beyond? The God. Allah. Bhagwan, Prabhu, Ishwar. That supreme soul, superpower, super energy. Whatever the word you give. But that is but sure. There is a superpower who had created the whole, complete, unlimited, cannot reach to the extreme level. You cannot go to the topmost layer of the sky. Unlimited. Scientists move on. They are not able to reach anywhere. They die. Many scientists comes and goes. Dies. Could not reach. Because it is beyond. Unlimited. Anhad. It is anhad. There is no had to it. There is no limit to it. At last they are tired, died. You cannot touch the extreme. If you cannot touch the physical extreme of this universe, then how can you touch the one who had made this unlimited? If you could not find the extreme corner, that so heighted they had gone, they say we have gone to moon, we have gone to this graha, that graha, planet. But they could not see the top layer where it ends. They had gone so heighted, height. Could not find the level, bottom. the highest peak level, millions of kilometers in the height, could not go. They had tired themselves, but still they are keep on moving. Billions of dollars they are spending, and when they catch something, they get happy. They get happy. Then they go further, further, further. Research is gone. Research is going on. In below the earth, they had gone, but below, they could not find. They get something, they are happy. So you could not reach to any of the level, any of the direction, any of the bottom or the height. Nowhere you could reach. So that's why the word used is Anhad, for the godly creation, not for the God. God is beyond the Anhad. Because God is beyond the Anhad. At least we know anything we make, there is a controller. There is a controller of everything. There is a manufacturer of everything. And that too, everything is on record. On record. Every body is made the unique body. Unique. One what is having, other is not having the same. Who is maintaining that all the accounts? Why not like copying like a car you are making in the factory? Why don't you copy like a mobile made in the factory? Why not to copy? Why to throw the die after one is made the other one? So is there anyone keeping the record of it or not? You cannot deny. And if you deny, you get the slap from him. And that slap is 84 lakh death. Because when you come to know, you cannot do anything. Because after the death, when you come to know, you cannot do anything. Because what you could have done during this body only, human body. And then you weep, even you are a big scientist, you are a big richest man or a biggest chairman. But at last you weep that I could not search you out during this human body. I could not reach to you, even I could not try it for you. So those 699, 93 are not trying to reach to him. And they will die like that only. They will die like that only. Without even searching the one who had made us, who is making us to move. And one is continuously in search of something. Everyone is in search of something. Someone searching for more money, someone searching for more houses. Everyone in the world behind all these small things. No one thinks about the one who had created. And the creation is by the creator. So creation is Anhad. So what to tell about the one who had created this Anhad? After all, after that all boundaries, he must be there. We have to catch him. We have to catch him or not. We have to search him out or not. If your son is lost, then what you do? When your son is lost, could not come to home today, then what you do? You ring up from here and there, where is he? Then you make a police complaint, putting in TV. Then you put the sometimes prize money. If someone informs, prize money will be given. But you have lost your godfather. Have ever you searched for it? Have ever you think of putting prize money for that? Have ever you wept for him? No. You have wept for your children. You have wept for your parents. You have wept for everybody nearest to you. But you have never wept for the God who had made you. You have never wept for the one who has created you, who is making you to move now, who is preserving you. You do not know. And you never think about searching him out. You are so busy in searching for the money. You are so much busy in getting some medal outside. You are so much in search of something of the outside world, but never you think about the search of the one who is the creator. And that creator is beyond the Anhad even, where the limit stopped. There is no limit. So he is limitless. He is limitless. He is beyond all the limits. So go to beyond the limits. How the one limited one can go. How one can go. You are in limits. You are in had. How can you go to that unlimited? Beyond the limits. So to reach to beyond the limits, God had created the whole universe and making the whole universe to be in balance, move as per his command. He had made complete the universe, the sample of it as a human being, So whatever is in the universe is in the human body, God, who is controlling the whole complete universe, the complete nature, is also completely controlling your human body. So all the 5 elements, the sky, earth, fire, air and water, all the 5 elements are the creator of complete creation. So these 5 elements are making your body also. So that unlimited had come in the limit. Unlimited, Anhad had come in the had, in your body shape. So body had the limit. You have your height, you have your weight, your eyes have the limit, your nose has the limit, your mouth had the limit, your ears had the limit, your body, everything had the limit. Limit of taking food, limit of looking something, limit of hearing something, limit of touching something, limit of taste something. You have the limits. So the unlimited had come in limits because God was knowing you cannot reach to me without putting you in the limits. You can only reach to the limits, and from there my carrier will take you to me. My carrier means my chartered plane. So soul is the chartered plane in your body which takes you from this limited world, limited body to the unlimited one. The unlimited one means beyond the unlimited, to the boss to whom we say the word God, the Allah, and we say it's the one. So the one who had created the whole creation, including you. But the top of the creation, as said in the old scriptures, you are the top of this creation. Why top of the creation? Because God had only put everything He created in the world or in the universe, had put in the human body. So human body is, as you can say, the microscope to see all in the around and beyond and reach to the one. So how to go through this microscope? How to search him out? So you have to go to the very minute to see the one who is beyond the unlimited, beyond the Anhad. So but in this limit, you have to go to the unlimited. Then from the unlimited, you will get that point from where you are going to enter in that chartered plane and you will be meeting the one, the whole universe, the creator, the God. The God. And that God cannot come in the face because God's faces are all. You are also the God face. So how can God say this is my face? Then he knows that we as in the limits, we live in the limits. So we will make the limit to the one, and thereafter you will not come to know that how to reach, because the world, the Maya, the materialistic world of God is keeping on changing, changing, changing. So today, if you go through the Buddha or Mahavira or Krishna, you cannot go as per them, what they were doing at that time. Today's world cannot go as per the Rama is what it was going in Rama's time in Treta Yuga. Things keep on changing because Maya, the God made, is complete changeable. So with the changing, how the one, if God keeps one only Rama, how the world will come to Rama? Because Rama, what had done at that time, Maya had changed from there to now, a long way had come. If you see in the Rama Yuga, what the lifestyle was, complete close down of all the ladies in the home. What promises are made, fulfilled. Rama did the same. So at that time, whatever was there cannot continue, because at that time of the Rama's time was differ. Today is differ. So that time things were differ. How can we go ahead in the same way as Rama said? That's why Krishna came. If same thing to continue, why Krishna then? If Krishna was okay, then why the Ibrahim, then why the Buddha, the Mahavira, the Jesus, then Ram Paramahansa, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Meera, Sahajo, Lalla, Laos, Socrates, why? Then you say, no, I don't believe it. I am Hindu, I don't believe in Muhammad. Or I am Muslim, I don't believe in Krishna. I am Sikh, I don't believe in Rama. Or I am so and so, I don't believe in that. It is that you are a limit, just a dot, which had no power at all. With just small opening the mouth, you will not be seen on this earth, in this planet. This is what you are. You have to see yourself on this universe where you stand. Even when the flight is taking off, if you are in the ground, you cannot be seen when the flight is taking off. After 200, 500 feet, you are disappearing. So where you stand? You stand nowhere. If you say that I have big bungalow, just see from that height of 50,000 where your bungalow. You are nothing. That is what? To reach to the Anhad, the human being, complete human body, with the one inside, the God son or the God daughter, the conscious body, is the one which can take you to the God, the extreme. So God had come in you as the soul, you can say the conscious, and you have reached to the soul. So to reach to the soul, what God had made, that you had to go beyond these 9 your doors. You have to go beyond your 5 senses. Means you are not to use your 5 senses in the outside world more and more. Use as required, and balance of energy will take you to that extreme point, the extreme point of your body, that is soul point, from where flight takes off. So the frontal body, your face body is for the Maya world, you can say. The back body is for the godly world. You always look for your front face, front body. You never bother about the back body, because back body is the God body. That's why yogis had said that in the spine and this thing and that thing is going on because spine is coming at the back. This is just symbolic. See, there are many ways. There are many ways to reach to the God. Many ways. So yogi spine, they give the symbolic word. Spine is symbolic. So when one is sitting quietly and listening the inside breathe, because breathe when you go inside is just not the sound, but a small, you think that yes, something is there. If you just see your nerve, you find something is there. See something. So that sound, you are not getting sound, you are just feeling it. So with that feeling, how to express the feeling? How to express these vibrations coming inside? When you go inside, with that sound, that is not sound, that is vibrations. Vibrations are going in your heart. See, dak dak. We say dak dak. It is not saying dak dak. It is not saying dak dak, na. This is not that saying sound. But how to describe these vibrations? So these vibrations, the word used for this by the spiritual masters was Naad. Naad. Especially these words were used for the godly persons who wants to go back to the God home, to tell to the world that Naad. When Naad was said, so Naad is sound. How we describe that, how to tell these vibrations, because vibrations compan, how to tell about it. So there is no other word than to send the sound. So sound related to the word, Dwani. So Dwani and sound is the word of the materialistic word. So the new word given to that sound was Naad. To reach to the Anhad, to extreme point of your body, not to the God. God is beyond Anhad. God is beyond Anhad. You have to reach to the unlimited point which is in your body, means where the complete body is dedicated to that point from where this whole body is working. So that dot which entered at the time of birth, when you were cut from the navel of your mother, you were completely dead. So that time what came inside, that dot, to which we say conscious or the soul. So that to describe, what to say, some word is required. You cannot understand without the words. So that is what it is said as the sound. The Naad word was given. Because it is not the sound. In fact, to just tell you that this is the point, breathe, which is in the body. So this breathe is the way to reach to the God home. When it was said, then people in the outside world, the materialistic 699 crore, 93 lakh people are just following that sound. And they think that by the breath, keeping the eyes closed, we can reach to the God home. No. Because the Naad is nothing but that way said that this body is completely with this, your breath going on. So you have to reach to the one who is making this body to work, who is making this heart to just make this sound. That is the soul. That the Anhad point. Anhad point. This was just to describe you, just to tell you for the knowledge. Knowledge that you have to reach to the extreme point where you are dead. In other ways, what is that? How can you reach to the extreme point? Because you are dead at the time of birth. The moment breath comes, the heart starts working. The heart starts working first and body starts working later on. The moment heart starts, engine starts, body starts. And we say he is the live child born. If it is not working, he is the dead born. You have to reach to that point where heart is also not working. So heart and that breathe. First soul came. Breath is coming through the air. Air is the oxygen going inside. But now this is soul, body coming to this body, this point. We had to reach to this point where you are dead and the breath had come. From that point, you will be flown to the godly world to meet the God. That Naad. Naad is not the sound, but we have to tell it the sound. So this is to clear you, to explain you. Not just to you keep your mind with the hustle and bustle of the outside world and you keep dedicating to your time to that breath. You can never. Breathe with the materialistic, the mayavi, the worldly thoughts can never take you to the point of dead body. You have to reach to a dead state. Dead state. To reach to the dead state means it is silence. Silence. Complete silence. You see the dead body. Complete silence. That complete silence, you will get the Anhad point. Anhad point. So Anhad, you can say in other words, the silence you can say in other words, not doing anything. Not doing anything. Not even the observer. Observer is also lodged there at the point of Anhad. Because dead body can only reach to the Godom. The soul, the conscious, when enters in the body, you are born out of your mother. The dead body, it came there. So you have to be dead now as you are the body now. You think yourself the body. You had to be dead body. That time that will take you inside, from the inside, the blank which came inside with the outside your last birth, your destiny. Now you have cleared your destiny with this instrument, the body. Now you are zero. So when you become zero, during your lifetime, you become zero, this soul will immediately catch you, go out of the body. And going out of the body for the second, reaching to the Godom. For a second, it will be for the seconds. And in the God home, you'll enjoy, that is called the unconscious state in conscious. Because body lives, keeps everything hot, you know. It is not that after the immediate death, body is going off. No, body is there. We have seen many people after some time, if even they have died, they have come up. Because this is a conscious which goes out, the last point is there. That's why it was said, like mummies we have read in our books, mummies in Egypt, that why they were keeping the body, they were not burning it. They were keeping the body with all his valuable items, all watch, chain and all, and they were just putting it that one day again this body will be alive. So the conscious, while in living form, with your thirst, with your hunger to meet the one who brought that godly, that point in my body to make this dead body alive. So reaching to that point where that another point, unlimited, Anhad, and where had happened, that Anhad and that Naad takes you to the dead when the sound becomes silence. When sound becomes silence, there at that point, you will see the complete bliss, that state said. Then there comes the bliss. So that is called enlightenment. That is called enlightenment. So Anhad is the extreme point. Naad is the way said to you. Just the way. Naad by music, whatever mean. by music, by gyan, by anything. You had to reach to the dead state. You had to be the dead body, simple. And that is what called the bhakti. Bhakti is what? Bhakti is nothing. Becoming dead body. That is why it is said at last, whether you go by karma yoga, go by jnana yoga, by any yoga, at last you have to be dead body. You have to be bhakt. Even all those who are in the yogis, that all yogis also became the bhakt of that true master. You see the order that Yoganandji to Shri Yukteswar to Lahiri Maharshi, and Lahiri Maharshi to Babaji, this was ascending. And they all were the dead. They were complete dead with their true masters. That is bhakt. They were bhakt of their Bhagwan, the true master. Because how to go in this journey? How to go in this soul? To become dead. How to be dead? Who make me dead? Who will make me dead? So the one who is dead, who had experienced the death, before that death, can only make you die. That's why the true master in the old scriptures in Upanishad is said as the dead. He is the one who gives you death. So the true master is nothing but the death master who gives you death before the physical death. So dying before the death is the Anhad point. And from there, beyond Anhad, that the one who is God. So that God, who is that? The one who takes you to that point. That face appears. Because all faces belong to the God. There is no special face. You think there is special face will come. He is the God. So Rama, Krishna, Guru Nanak, Buddha, Mahavira, they all are God today. They are many right from the beginning. When we came on this earth to enjoy, to make the picnic as said by the God, to go and enjoy this home I had made for you. As some father made some home in America or some on beach and tells his children to go and enjoy and come back, and they are not coming back. They have thrown the mobile coupon, their car also. They are not in contact of the parent. So parents wait till the last. That till son had gone, had not come back. And at last they die. And next birth they again get the new sons. But this father is immortal. So he is immortal means he is knowing right from the first you took the birth. He is waiting for you to come back to your home. He is a God there because he is immortal. Everything created by him. Birth and death is the cycle created by him. This is a game. In this game you have to come back, understand what the God is. So those who understand goes beyond to the another point and get the God. And when they get the God, that's what is said. That one who takes to that point where you are dissolved, you are dead, dissolved, I dissolve in you. So the one who takes you to the extreme journey to make you death is the true master. That's why it is said that in the you, I is to dissolve. Because this is extreme, the journey of the dead body. So the one who makes you dead is only the truth. One who makes hustle and bustle the more outside Maya for you is not the true master. Remember it. Just get away from the one. So how to get experience of it? If you are thirsty of God, you will have the experiences. Because the one who sees with his experiences, not that by books, reading the books and telling, no, but by his experience, he will let you know what actually the meaning of this word. Every spiritual word had that meaning. And you can also reach there because he is same as you. This Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Guru Nanak, Ram, Paramahansa, Sai Baba, Meera, Sahaj, Lalla, Kabir, Farid, Lao Se, Sukrat, all were like you and me. They were not something special. No speciality. Let me tell you, they became special after becoming dead before the death. And then they came back to this body to live their all life, whatever the death date they were waiting, and to cut their old bad and good karmas, clear their accounts, clear all their desires, and go back to the God home. This is what they live the life after, and what to do after coming back from the God world. They have no work now. They cannot do any work of the outside physical world. They are no more for the physical world made. They have now the karma for the godly world. And for godly world, the karmas are nothing in demand. In the world, you cannot do any karma without any demand. If you are getting the salary or something, you want dignity or something, you are doing something for someone. But in the godly world, now the one who is now connected with the God is beyond any demand and supply. He is not the trader. He is no more the trader. He just keep on saying about the life, saying about what he got, saying about that you should also get the what I have got it. You are same as me. So you can also travel through and get that point from where you will reach to the God home. And you will no more be in this body hereafter. The game will be over for you. Get away from this birth and death cycle, which is full of miseries, sadness and happiness. Better you move. So that is what you have to understand. Because unless we understand the meanings, the deep meanings of that, because world, the 99.99% people are following the religious people, religious heads, and their meanings are just the copying. It is not that following the sound or keeping the eyes closed and you can go. No, you can never reach. No one in the world has reached. It is only when your mind from the materialistic thoughts getting zero, you keep on moving inside automatically. It is like balance scale, one is going up, one is going down. Materialistic world, outside attachments from the inside going out, you are automatically that will come up and it will come in balanced state. First it will go to the extreme. When it touch the extreme point of the dead body, then it will come and become the balance in the world. Balance. So this is what you have to understand. The meaning of Anhad is, which is not in limit. So your love, what you say, love, I love my children, I love my parents. You don't love other parents, you don't love your other children. That's why you say, I love my children, my home, my. The word my is over, you are godly. You are in limit. You only think for yourself and your family. You think for everything for you and yours. You never think for all. What you are today with your destiny is something different. But inside you should not have the thought of partiality with your children or the family. They have that destiny is the different part. But you are not for the only family. You are the whole world is your family now. With their predestined whatever, that wealth and anything, it belongs to the one, those who are with you. But the love all. Love should be same as you love to your children. Love should be same as you love to yours. Love should be equal to all the worldly people. There is no difference in the love. That's why it is said, the prime, the topmost world, the topmost quality of the godly man is love. And he will love all. There is no difference between the two. There is no difference with anybody. Because the whole world becomes the family. So this is what, to reach to the Anhad point, just to keep yourself away from the outside materialistic thoughts. And that Naad which inside had come outside also in the sound we do. When you make some music, you make some sound, automatically your thoughts which are going out, you cannot concentrate on your thoughts. That's why, because sound attracts you, sound makes you to just move on. Because if you are in thought process and there is a music going on, immediately you say, hey, stop it, I am not understanding you. Stop it. But when you are sitting like that only, mind going here and there, it is not so important, thoughts are going in you, the sound comes, automatically go towards the sound. Why we like the music, why we like all these things? Because our mind is getting away from the materialistic world at that time. We are enjoying that. The moment you enjoy the music means you are away from your thoughts, materialistic thoughts. But that is temporarily. You are enjoying it temporarily. But how to get rid of the thoughts which are going inside, attaching to your thoughts, how to get rid of that attachment to the thoughts is done by the true master. What you get temporarily in discourse or somewhere with the musics and all, that is completely done by the true master. That now you don't need anything to go in discourse or anywhere to enjoy your that bliss state. There you enjoy temporarily, then when you come out, you are in the same mode. When you go to the hotel, have the tasty food, you are enjoying. When you come out, you have the same mode. But how to get the tasty food continuously for 24 hours, continuously for years together? How to go without the food, without the music and enjoy the same state of bliss every moment? That is what is made by the true master, who is making you from limit, that limit in disco, limit in hotel, limit in somewhere, to the unlimited. Unlimited is 24 hours. The other word said to Anhad Naad, we say the ajappa. You make jap for a few minutes in the morning or night, the part or something reciting. It is a temporarily moments where you forget the world. You think of forgetting. You are not forgetting, because in that temporarily jap also your mind is flowing outside. You are not dedicating. So one who takes you to the 24 hours of jap is ajappa, where the God will enter in you. 24 ajappa state means again the same dead state. It is not that inside you will hear some music or some light. It is an illusion. When you go to the illusionary world, you find this. Inside, otherwise, there is only the one and one who has taken you to the extreme point, that master, which is the God form in that, who had been the dead, will appear. So light and the sounds, this is all your own creations. It was just the example given to you of the naad, the sound. Because when there is a sound, your thoughts of the outside world are disappearing. That's why the word sound had come. And it had also become the way to reach to the Godhome. But sound is outside sound with the bhajan when we say. So bhajan to the words for the God with the music, you just keep on concentrating on that. So when you go into the bhajan, singing towards the God, praising to the God, whatever inside, and with the music, your mind is completely out of the thoughts of the materialistic world. Because if there is a music going on, sometime you may go, sometime your thought may go to something. If you are in disco or something is there, you will go somewhere with your boyfriend or girlfriend or somewhere here and there to your business. But when there is a bhajan, bhajan means the God, Bhagavata words in singing. So when it is going on, Bhagavata singing, bhajan, with the music, your thoughts will also disappear the view, because you can only take the thoughts, either yours or the outside what is going on. Because it's simple music here, you still have the thoughts which will go here and there. So that's why it is said the godly words in singing with the music, then so that your mind should not go anywhere, and these thoughts, the jnana, should take you to the God for some moment. And when you enjoy those moments, you should have the thirst and hunger to reach to the God, so that the same masti bliss should come around the clock, 24 hours. So to take you, this is a sample. The bhajan is temporarily sample. See how you were lost. How you were lost in bhajan with the music. So that was only to show you how to get bliss. This is a sample. So now you give the order. Do you want to reach to the extreme? If small thoughts of God for some time with your music, you enjoy it so much. See when you are completely dissolved in God. So how will you give the bliss? So dissolve in God means complete. Zero. So these all are the ways. Your music, your bhajan, your jnana even is all the way. I cannot speak to you 24 hours. You cannot listen to me for 24 hours. So how long you will keep on listening the jnana? You can listen to me for 1 hour, 2 hours, But if I keep on telling you for 24 hours, it's very difficult for you to sit and hear for the 24 unless you are mumukshu. And when you are mumukshu to hear, because words are the main which can take you, not only the music or anything. Because everything inside you is the thoughts of words. So words require. That's why the Gyan, what Gita said, Krishna said in Gita that Jnani is as me. Jnani is as me means one who is giving in words his experiences. Because everybody in the world goes with the words. Everybody in the world goes with the words. So words are the main tool to get you to that dead state of mind. So words in singing with the music give you some glimpse of that godly word. So from that sample, now it is you. You want to reach to the extreme. Then that words in singing can come in the plane, the Gyan words, and sit with the one, and you will reach to the same state. So you enjoy with the music, without the music, when comes, it is the Gyan. The moment with the music, your mind is concentrating, music will be off. Music will be off, not only words. And at last, when you will be diving into that words will be off. And that will be pure silence. Then you would like to live silence with the true master. No words. Words are over. Words are over, nothing. Silence means dead state. That is called bhakti. Bhakti is dead state of a mind. No mind. That is the state of meditation, not doing. If you do meditation, it is again you are going in the double standard. With the materialistic thoughts, you are again going on the way which will again disturb you. Because your mind is thinking outside world, and other way you are going in the silence, it will make your mind to blast sometimes. It will disturb your mind if you keep continuously sitting with the outside thought and that. You may become mad. So those who are going for more meditation, you will see them as mad. The Mayavi people cannot go for that. So for some time, if you sit for 1 hour, half an hour, 2 hours, then you think you have got something. It is your illusions. Because with the materialistic, the mind outside had taken thoughts inside, running with the outside thoughts on that way. So mind cannot work two ways. And with that, what happens? Sometimes you get something diffuse in your brain. And in that way, you think that you have achieved something. No. It is nothing, just a madness had come. Illusions had come. That's why it is undoing. Dead state is the meditation. Dead state is called the meditation. That is the meditation that no mind. No mind is what? Dead man. So dead man with the mind. Where requires, mind will come. But is said tortoise, like opening the wings, 5 senses operates, come out, mind, required, no mind. Karam, akaram. Now karta is there, doing automatically, not that one who is dead. Now God is doing the dead body, whatever he is doing. That is what the Krishna said, tortoise opens his wings, comes. Now he is not doing, he is not the doer now. Doer is God. It looks as he is doing, he is not. Everything is done by the God. That is called the state of Anhad, dead body. Naad and all just to tell you, just to approach you, just to give you the sample. But extreme point is the extreme silence. Extreme silence means all the senses are working automatically. Whenever required outside, dead body is looking, doing the thing, again coming. Like this. It is not the dead person. He is not the dead by senses. Senses are there, but operating automatically. Like the eyes are opening. You are not telling your eyes to open, close, open, close. You are not telling your ear to hear. You are not telling your mouth when you put the food and eat it. Everything automatic like that. Karmas will also be done automatically. As a nature will work for you. Nature will be at your feet. So we had to understand very, very, very importantly that what actually is. So that state when that you become dead body, that as you birth to birth, it just goes and dissolve in that complete. So that God works through this dead body. God speaks through that body. God does everything to that body. So your karmas are taken in the hands of the God. Whatever your destiny is taken by the God itself. God will enjoy your destiny now in this body. You do the work of God. Simple. You work for the God, God will clear your destiny, barter your destiny, kill your destiny. That is what? The God on earth. This state, this is called Anhad. Not in limits. You have to reach that point. But it can be only when you are dead. You are to the dead point, when this body starts working in the birth point. And when the conscious, the soul was coming in the body, that you have to catch that chartered plane. But not by this. This is all illusion, bogus. Bogus. Yogis could not get that like that. Okay? They were also dissolved in that true masters. Yes, in the true masters, because they attained that state, so they remain in that state. Sometimes they use less words, more in silence. So when it is more in silence, your concentration in the blank goes inside with the telepathy with your true master. So in that true master telepathy, inside points are there which comes up, which they say is the chakras. But for that extreme silence, there are the ways. So that could have been at that time, not now. To reach to that state, you need the one who had gone across through that. This is God who decides what way is for you. Everybody has your own way. Someone may go by cycle, by scooter, by car, by plane. Somebody has such physical body, unfit, knees are paining, back is paining. How can he go through the spine and see the world beyond? You cannot go. Spine. It is a love for the God. There is nothing like sitting or walking or sleeping or what you are doing. God will appear anytime. Only your deepest love required. Lost, lost, lost. My God is lost. Can you please tell me? Give advertisement on TV. Give advertisement in newspaper. Declare the price. Raja Janak said the same thing. I will give the price. Anyone can get me. My God is lost, lost, lost. He gave whole kingdom. He gave whole kingdom to Ashtavakra. Get me the God. My God is lost, lost, lost. When will you say your God is lost? Janak was weeping through day and night. My God is lost. Can anybody please? In the beginning he said, I will give half my kingdom. Then he said, I will give full kingdom. Tan man dhan tujhko arpan, kya lage mera. I will give everything. Get me my lost father. Have ever you thought about your lost father? Param father, super mother? No. You love only your dead. Children, those who are going to be no more one day. They were no more your children, they will be no more your children in the future. But the one who was with you, the super father, super mother, will remain your super father, super. Will never think of that, the one immortal one. That's why God is not happy with you. No. And your sadness is only because not searching the one who is making you to move. You are nothing. Just 1 minute breathe goes, you are dead. Someone will come to pick you up and throw in the fire. Throw in the fire. Without any pillow or mattress. Then you realize that what I was to do, I have not done in my human life. I had been a big officer, big minister, big governor, big star. I could not do what I was to do. Actually, this was all by the God, of the God, for the God. And I was saying, my. And everything is lost, going with the begging hands, going blank, leaving everything here. And before you, many had come on this earth, had buried or cremated in the ground. No one knows about them. Tomorrow, No one know about you, whoever you are. Maybe the biggest man on this earth. Nobody will know about you. And then after death, you will come to know that what mistakes were done in your lifetime. So better understand what is said by these all spiritual godly masters. The Ibrahim, Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Guru Nanak, Ram Paraman, Sai, Meera, Sahajo, Lalla, Socrates, Lao Tse, just go through them. You do not understand the meaning of those also. And if at all you think that you are the master of you can understand those books, then you are above them. You are above them. When you reach to that level, from where Guru Nanak is saying, Jesus is saying, Buddha is saying, Mahavira is saying, you have understood. Okay. And you have gone to someone to understand. He understood. He is the same Keter. And he could understand how Guru Nanak was saying that Anhad Naad. Have you experienced it? Have you sat with him for days together? Sit with them. If they have experience, then go and take the. And if you think by books you will get, forget. Bookworms will not get it. You can kill your time, but you have to kill your ego. Kill your ego, not the time, because time will pass one day. Because time will pass you. There will be no time with you. So reading the book will only make you Pandit, but you cannot be the Tattva, Dhyan. You cannot be the godly one, the beloved of God. No. Better awake yourself, awakening. Reach to the state of Anhad. Not with doing. Undoing is the way. It is just a sample given to you through some naad. With the music, that in the music outside, how you concentrate when the bhajan is on with the music, and that is just to give you the sample. The moment sample is over, just go with the silence of the words which is said, the pure jnana. That was the extreme silence in the ground when Arjuna was getting jnana from Krishna. That time what is said, that when jnana class is there, only one speaks, other will keep in complete silence. So bhajan with the naad is just to give you the sample for anhad point where you have to reach, from where you will fly. So silence will dissolve in silence, dead will dissolve in dead, and then live in the body like a dead person and enjoy this whole world where there is no profit or loss, respect and disrespect. There is nothing like happiness, sadness. There is nothing like birth and death for you. You are beyond all, and that is what? The Godism. Godism is a quality one had to come in this state. You all are God, either in this birth or next or any birth. So when one is dissolved in one, it is just the relationship like a son and the father. That's all. Two becomes the same. Son also becomes the father. What is the difference? So Bhagwan and Bhakt together dissolved. That is what we said, the Ardhanareshwar. Two in one. Two in one means everything is one. All had come from one. All have to go back to one. Either go now, this birth, next birth, after 10 births, after 100 births. That is a choice. Live in this deadly world with this head and this all. Live with your ego, or make death to your ego with the help of the truth. Search the truth first. Don't believe somebody had said, go with that. Experience yourself. Your experience cannot be false. And with that experience, now how long you can keep on moving till the last dead, that is up to you. Because on that way also ego comes sometime. And many returns, thinking that they themselves are the masters now. So they overcross sometimes to the masters also. Because master beats at last. Kills at last, because killing at last, dying, death, because you are going to lose yourself, the complete I. Complete I is lost in Anhad. Naad is just a sample. So with the sample, the whole world sometimes keep on dancing, and at last he says, I have reached nothing, nowhere. So doing is not the way, undoing is the way. Doing is the beginning, undoing is the end. So let us learn the undoing and reach to the God home, make your life success.